are listening to Bohemia on Mageweed Radio.
Divine greetings to our listeners of Bohemia. This is ZoZo, tuning in with another segment where I will be discussing tarot, reading a resonant poem for you all, and I will also be sharing some motivational spoken word and meditational mantras at the end of my segment. Grab your favorite blanket, a fluffy pillow, some snacks, and get comfy. Maybe even brew some herbal tea if you like, and if you're out and about listening on the go, tune into our mystical frequency and distract yourself from all the busy energy around you. But either way, wherever you are, we're so happy to have you. We hope you enjoyed today's content. To start off, the tarot card I've drawn today to share with you all is Temperance. Temperance is a heavy hitter, but not in a sense that leaves a painful bruise. It may leave a mark, but that mark is the impression of alchemy. When you've alchemized your pain into power, you've taken the broken pieces and built them into something new. And you found new pieces to add to your project along the way. Trust that when changes occur, there are strings being pulled in the spirit realm, and what doesn't make sense now or didn't before will start to come clear. Sometimes we have to gain a new point of view or a new perception of the things going on around us. We also have to pinpoint what we can change by our own free will and what is out of our hands that we have to accept and just hope for the best. It's also about balance, things on opposite spectrums that come together to form something raw, true, and beautiful. There can be a healthy balance within everything, as long as one side isn't pulling on the other too much. It's like a seesaw that we played on when we were kids. One goes up, the other goes down. But if you maintain balance, you stay at the same height and everything flows together. Temperance isn't about settling for less or settling in the middle. It's about making the middle. It's about creation, passion, changes, and finding oneself. Think of temperance as the mediator as well. When you sense a spark can ignite a fire. For example, someone is being hostile and trying to gain a reaction out of you. Temperance is your reminder to stop and think before you ignite the fire that blows up the whole situation. Temperance says breathe, give yourself time to think and rationalize, and act accordingly. Pick your battles wisely, because energy is currency, and we choose what we spend it on, the same way we would physical currency. The only difference is one is materialistic and the other resides within us and doesn't go anywhere, even after we are long gone from this physical realm. So know that what you choose to spend it on in this life is a choice, but it is also a verdict. Temperance is saying to you today, it's okay to be patient and sit in the silence. And people can be afraid of the word patience, but try not to confuse patience with stagnancy. Patience is an investment, whereas stagnancy is a debt. It's strategy versus survival. Patience is a hole you're crawling out of. Stagnancy is a hole you're falling into. In the alchemy of temperance, we learn that time is a tool. Patience is the art of the controlled burn, knowing when to let the fire sit so the steel can harden. It comes from a place of deep self-worth. Stagnancy is just cold ash. It's the result of never striking the match because you don't trust your own hands to hold the flame. Don't confuse the quiet of a plan in motion with the silence of a life on hold. It's time to live. It's time to see your potential and your qualities for what they are. It's time to believe that you can accomplish your goals and believe that you will. It takes patience, but if we don't release that in which we cannot control that holds us back, we won't get to experience the time of patience because we'll be bound to the chains of stagnancy. Wait for the world to catch up to your work. The world cannot do the work for us. I know I needed to hear that message today. What about you? Furthermore, temperance is about knowing your own boiling point. In a crisis, everyone wants you to explode. They want the drama and to get your reaction, your energy. Temperance is the art of taking all of that burning energy and turning it into steam to power your own engine. It's saying, I'm not going to give away my fire, I'm going to use it to get where I need to go. You are the chemist in your story, figuring out what you can alchemize into something beautiful. How is temperance resonating for you this week? What has been changing, and how are you adapting to those changes? For my next piece, I will be reading an inspirational poem about adapting to change and being the alchemist. The poem I chose to read for you today is called The Forge, written by Seamus Haney. I hope you enjoy it. All I know is a door into the dark. Outside, old axles and iron hoops rusting. Somewhere inside, the hammered anvil's short, sharp clang recalled me to the real, where I lived my life. The anvil must be somewhere in the middle, a horn, a hard-edged, polished tool. And here's the anvil. It's set in the dark. The dark is the forge. The anvil is the tool. He leans out on the jamb, listens to a clang, then pulls a bellow's breath of air to the forge. To turn a glowing horseshoe into a spark, he taps the metal. He shapes it. He tries to make something that lasts, something that's real. What I got from this stoic poem is that we're talking about the raw work of transformation. The poem invites us into a space that feels like the dark of our own current struggles, the rusting axles and the abandoned hopes of our past. But inside that dark, there's an anvil, and that anvil is the tool. It's a reminder that we don't find ourselves by avoiding the heat. We find ourselves by stepping into the fire, letting the hammer fall, and shaping something real out of the wreckage. It's about accepting that the hard parts of our lives aren't just bad luck. They're the forge where we shape our steel. It's not a poem about feeling better. It's a poem about doing better. Believe in the process, even if the process before this hasn't been easy. And even though progress takes patience, at least you know that within your patience lies the progress you've put into all your work. It isn't ever for nothing. And remember, when things feel stagnant, you are really just being patient and waiting for the outcome. It's not the outcome waiting for you. You're putting in the hard work and trying to reach a destination. And you know that it takes effort and time to do so. But you have what it takes. You have the tools needed. So chase your dreams. Don't doubt yourself. And when it feels difficult to keep going, remember that outcome you've been working so hard for. You've gotten so far, and giving up cannot be an option. Another thing I gathered from this poem is that while the unknown can be terrifying and anxiety-inducing at times, the unknown is a canvas, and we have the option to paint that canvas or leave it blank. But just as it takes time to create beautiful artwork, it takes time to create a beautiful life. And in a lot of ways, the life we create is a piece of beautiful artwork. How are you going to paint your canvas? It's all yours, and no one can take your paintbrush. There is no right or wrong way to create beautiful artwork. It's all about what you choose. Follow your heart and let the brush do the talking while you're guiding it with authenticity and effort. You are in charge of your canvas. I hope you enjoyed the poem I read for you today. And a big thank you to the late Seamus Haney for his amazing poem that I had the opportunity to share. Beautiful art lives on forever, even after we finish our time on this earth, and his work is an amazing example of such. Lastly, I will be providing you with some motivational spoken word and mantra to meditate and relax to if you choose. I hope this finds you well. You have spent so much time being the roof for other people's storms. You have spent your energy holding up walls that were never yours to build. But today, I want you to remember something. The architecture of your life belongs to you. You are not the things that were done to you. You are not the weight of the expectations placed upon your shoulders. You are the space where those things end and your own will begins. You are the artist, alchemist, and the architect. You not only deserve the harvest of your hard work, you deserve to actually get to enjoy it. For now though, just breathe. Feel the floor beneath you. It is solid. The storm outside might be loud, but it is outside. You have the choice to drown out that storm and keep pushing through the best you can. You are in the center of your own forge. and you have everything you need to begin again. You don't need to be more. You don't need to be fixed. You just need to be present in your own skin. You are already enough to start the fire. Accept who you are and accept what you cannot change. Once you do so and focus on what you can change, you are already taking a huge step in the right direction. And you're one step closer to living, not just surviving, and reaching your goals. This is your life. You get to decide. So let the storm outside howl. Let the crumbling walls of your past scatter into the wind like dust. You are no longer tethered to what has been. You are the horizon where the darkness ends and the light begins. Feel the pulse of your own existence, a rhythm older than the chaos, stronger than the fear. You are the sacred ground, the silent watcher, and the flickering flame that refuses to go out. The night is not your enemy. It is the veil through which you must walk to claim your own truth. Close your eyes, breathe into the quiet, and recognize the power you have been carrying all along. You aren't just becoming, you are remembering who you were before this world tried to tell you otherwise. And in this moment, in this breath, you are finally, truly, the master of your own fire. That is all for my motivational spoken word today. Thank you for listening. I hope it was helpful. To conclude my segment for today, I'm going to share some meditational mantras that resonate with the topic of temperance. So get relaxed, do some calming breathing exercises, and allow your mind to freely take in these meaningful mantras. I am the ground. The storm around me is just the weather. It will pass. My feet are grounded to the floor beneath me, present in the now. The past I cannot change. By living in the present, I am currently writing the future. I have the abilities and the tools I need to reach my goals. I am not the static or the noise. I am the silence in between the channels. Clear mind, genuine heart, focused hands. The friction is my forge. I am the architect rebuilding, not the debris from the demolition. The door is open, and the other side is worth it. My value is not up for negotiation, nor are my boundaries. The fire does not destroy me, it amplifies my light. I am the catalyst, not the casualty. This is not a collapse, this is a clearing. I accept change for my highest good and my bigger purpose. I encourage change for the better. Breathe in the truth, exhale the illusion. I hold the map, this journey is mine. My life begins when I accept what I cannot change. My boundaries are my shield, advocating for myself as my armor. I'm not saying goodbye to myself, I'm saying goodbye to the person I once was, releasing the old and welcoming in the new. Good things take time, effort, and patience is key. So that's all that I have for today, and I really hope you all enjoyed my content. Remember that you are an alchemist, and when you feel stuck, think of temperance and know that you are not stagnant, you are patient. You are in the waiting room waiting to be called. Your time is coming. Your efforts are not for nothing. Your hard work isn't going unnoticed by spirit. You are truly in the process of building something amazing, and you can only go up from here.
You are listening to Bohemia on Rageweed Radio. This is called To the Light and Back. To the light and back. Here I go, a momentary journey, fused by an understanding of a percussion of fractals. I am swaying in the wind. I am loose, fluid, like the energy that surrounds me. I am at peace, yet excited by the journey ahead. I am driven by purpose, the way that the sun orbits the earth. I am the moon, feeling through the blanket of stars in the sky. I am fire when I am pushed, and I am water when I am at peace. And I feel the earth beneath my feet to keep me grounded and to remember what it is to be humble and grateful. And when I fly in my dreams, when I feel like everything is surreal, I am home to the depth, to the core of who I am, because I'm travelling to the light and back. And I see glimpses of the souls that surround me, like marbles rolling on glass, each with its own distinction. Yet we are all marbles, and we all have a life path. So, when I am lifted into the sky, and when I am dreaming of safety and peace, the turbulence does not have power over me, because I'm sitting in the authenticity of who I am. Because we are on a journey to understand all our senses, and all our senses are part of who we are. The good, the bad, the joyful, the fear. It's all part of oneness, the yin and yang of life. So instead of judgment, forgive ourselves and each other, and take us through the journey to the light and back. This next spoken word is called Overcoming the Fear. Once we sat across from each other, we looked at each other with such a curiosity, yet I felt butterflies in my stomach, and it felt as if I was going to fall. And suddenly I had this feeling that you felt it too. And together that fear grew, and it became so big that all the different what-if scenarios played together like it was on a roundabout. It circled and it pushed us further apart. But what if this happens? And what if that happens? We asked ourselves these questions. And it was so painful to find out that all we were left with was the sabotage to not even try. How could anyone love me And we said it simultaneously. And so we were in a state of trauma. You pushed me away and I ran away because I didn't want to fight, because I was scared too. You were scared and you pushed me away, and when you pushed me away I felt rejected and I was scared, and I was hurt. I was hurt that you pushed me away when I was safety. But because you pushed me away being safe, I could not be safe anymore for you then, because I had to go into logic mode. And so the circle of sabotage continued. Our eyes would lock, we would get close. The fear would come again, encircling us, and all of a sudden I was pushed away. And every time he pushed me away and sabotaged and tried to get with another, it broke my heart. And so I had to pretend as if I didn't care and try to move on. And then I would try to move on and you would miss me until I'd come back. You loved me from a distance. The love was there, but it was so overwhelming. It was so scary. That fear ruled both of us. It ruled you and it ruled me. And we were both traumatized, and I tried to break the cycle, but you weren't ready. But I knew that love was laying there dormant underneath it all. Because when you did drop your guard, when you were vulnerable, you kissed me and I was in your arms. Because you weren't used to that. You held me, you kissed me. We loved each other. We wanted each other. But for you it was too intense. But all I ever wanted was to be in your arms again. And so we loved each other from a distance, so it wasn't too overwhelming. But still, the sabotage happened. And still, I fight for this love, because I believe one day courage will find you, and that fear will not be as big as it once was, because I am your safe place, but I want you to be mine, and that is going to be the key to overcoming the fear, to choose courage over fear. And even when you feel afraid, still overcome the fear. And that is how you grow. And that is how we will be happy. But you have to allow yourself to accept love and not to push it away. And I have to accept and receive love instead of giving it all the time. And when we balance, it will be when you decide to choose love instead of chaos. And it all starts with overcoming fear. You are listening to Bohemia on Rage Breed Radio. Hi everyone, it's Karina from Rage Breed and you are listening to Bohemia. Massive thanks to ZoZo for her segment, and you've just heard some spoken word from myself. So this next section, I'm just going to be talking a little bit about the two books that I have. One is called The Black Forest, and that is a hardback copy book which you can buy from ragebreed.bigcartel.com. And also the next book is called Nadir to Zenith, and that is also a hardback copy of the book that you can buy also. Now, there is going to be a third book that I'm going to be writing, and that will be out next year. And I haven't thought of a title yet, but I've definitely got some poems together in relation to that. So there's a lot of writing going on at the moment, which is amazing. And in terms of the Lake of Dreams film, the script has been written, so that's a bit of a kind of cool thing that's happened recently, which is very cool. And also there's going to be another book that I'm writing, which is a recipe book. So all of you guys that have tasted some of my cooking before and my recipes, when you guys went to the original Bohemia event, you will be able to sample some of that stuff that I'll be putting in my book too. So if you guys are a fan of recipes, that book will be out soon. So there'll be more information on my profile when that is out. Now, what we're going to do next is we're going to look at some of the older poems that we basically had from guest speakers from our poetry event, a few years back and stuff. So I'm going to be airing that on this month's show, okay? Stay tuned.
Though that might well have been illusory. Long before anyone mentioned global warming, before wars were anything but bottled messages washed up on the sinking island of childhood, and before disease bludgeoned you to death over God-forsaken months and years, I cracked my head open on a metal railing. In hospital, you held my hand when I cried and told me everything, world, head, etc., would be okay. You lied. I told you the first few poems I read would be upsetting. So now I'm going to read you a poem dedicated to a friend of mine called Helen, who this year, once when I was there and a couple of other times when I wasn't, she's broken a mirror in her bedroom. And somehow I thought, that's a bit of a metaphor for 2017. So again, this poem is both personal, because it's about my friend, but it's also about 2017 politically. And it's called This Year All the Mirrors Have Shattered. And the mansion is a labyrinth of reflections. Corridors, shards, rooms, fragments, faces, cubits. Passageways lead to themselves. Kitchens teem with vapor, chewing cutlery. In living rooms, pianos have been detuned. The library's shelves are full of hollow books that double as ashtrays. Few would speak aloud, though refined voices murmur through walls, locked doors. You can hear the clink of bone china, shuffling papers are gathered. In the cellar there is sobbing, the clanking of chains, the smell of burning. No one ventures down to see what's there.
The monster eating up every moment makes you quiver, feeling on edge, then doubt turns you in and out again. Only working at hyperspeed with mutterings of irregular words, dreams is like a friend's focus. The real world is a roller coaster reverse. Words of thoughts spin faster, then all of a sudden something hits you hard. Everything in reality holds you back. Time seizes. Everything blacks out, everything's told you in.
And that was excerpts of some of the speakers that were at our Bohemia poetry event in Leicester. It was like an arts, crafts, spoken word poetry event with some chilled music afterwards. I was DJing afterwards. So we will be doing something similar with arts and crafts and poetry later on this year. We're looking at probably July time. But yeah, that is something that is going to be happening in Leicester, and it will be, something for all the artists and all the kind of Bohemian type of folk that want to come and attend an event where they can, showcase their work. So do stay tuned on that. But that's all we've got time for this month's Bohemia, and I will speak to you all soon. And like I say, please join the group and share your art on there. This group is for you, and hope you guys have enjoyed today's show.